This is the Ohio AgNet. I'm Joel Penhorwood. It's good to be joined today by our guest, Chris Sigurdson, CEO of Select Sires Member Cooperative. And Chris, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk with us today, get an update on the company and some changes that you guys have been seeing recently. Uh, First of all, we'll start off with, what is the Select Sires Member Cooperative? We've heard tell that COBA, as so many folks here from the Buckeye State are familiar with for years and years, has now merged with other groups. Well, what does that mean? Let's start with that.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Joel. First of all, it's my pleasure to spend some time with you and share some worthy news tips out to your listenership across your territory. So, Select Sires Member Cooperative, SSMC, as it's quickly been known as, is really a continuation of a rather significant position in the dairy and beef sectors here in the United States by member-owned, member-controlled cooperatives that have started in the early 40s and have just continued to listen closely to membership and adapt and change and respond to what's in their best interests. And foundationally, that has been and largely will continue to be our members seek the best genetics at the best prices from the best people. And we want to be that kind of cooperative deep into the future. And so the directors from the four cooperatives that were All West, Minnesota, COBA, and MidAmerica made the decision last July that we feel we can do this better into the future if we come together and operate as one.
So you spoke a little bit to the why, coming together, doing better. Well, let's focus a little bit more on that. Why make the change? What are some specific things that you all are hoping to accomplish through the merger?
Yes, absolutely. So change is happening so fast within the animal production industries. And that certainly has such a direct effect on our cooperatives as well. We're directly linked to the ebbs and flows of what happens in our members' businesses. And that change is leading towards different locations in territory where dairy producers are located and beef producers as well. We've seen a rather dramatic shift in product mix in terms of what our members are comfortable utilizing. In that regard, I'm speaking specifically to conventional semen and gender sorted semen. We're seeing differences in expectations and responsibilities in industry if you're going to be in animal production. And we're just trying to make sure that we're the kind of company that responds with that. And there's no question that our ability to also get the best people on the team is crucial to our success, as it has been in the past. And we want to make sure that we're the kind of company that attracts the best of the best to not just come to us, but stay with us and make a career out of serving our members' needs.
We talk about this company that's across the board, but also still focused on that individual customer, that individual farmer's needs. What changes if I'm a dairy farmer or a beef producer should I expect to see on my end going forward?
Certainly. So a cooperative is designed for its members or its customers to utilize it as they see fit. And we have every intention of continuing to offer the products and services that have been offered as before, so long as it, of course, remains economically viable. One of the challenges we face through a lessening number of producers in the market is there's just more distance between driveways, if you will. And that puts a lot of challenge to making sure that we can operate profitable enough to continue to deliver those services. And by merging the companies, we're confident, and we're seeing that come out significantly as we've been building this, that there are opportunities to be leaner in terms of operational efficiencies, leverage some size and scale, so that the levels of service, products that are offered, kind of people that we have on our team can remain unchanged, And as we turn to the next generation, we get the best of the best. So it's our intent that our members that are actively utilizing their cooperative are not going to see changes on the customer facing side of that. Like, we want to continue to do that. That's what's led to the greatness in which these 4 cooperatives yielded on their own. Putting them together, we think all of that can continue. And as I just previously mentioned, it's starting to play out in terms of leveraging a bit of size and scale so that our customers don't feel differences on their side of the equation.
And from what I understand, the offices in Central Ohio kind of marked as the new headquarters for the Select Sires Member Cooperative. Is that correct?
Yes, that's absolutely correct. So that wasn't an immediate given, to be honest, but we did do a rather exhaustive amount of research into the best possible state in which we could incorporate a cooperative. And that has to do with existing law, supporting cooperative and cooperative principles. Of course, taxes matter. And at the end of that rather exhaustive study, we also looked at the states in which the 4 cooperatives were already incorporated in. And 2 of the states rose to the top very quickly. That happened to be the state of Utah and the state of Ohio. And ultimately, the directors decided that the Ohio location will serve as the primary business office headquarters, with the Logan, Utah office as a westward-facing spot where some of the business functionality will be there as well. In addition to that, we actually have 4 other main locations that are presently serving as distribution centers, and we'll continue to make the best decisions around where that needs to be to get products, semen and other products to the market appropriately. And of course, we have a fully functioning, significantly sized custom collection bull stud in Illinois that's not only operating, but it's growing in its utilization as well.
A large organization, if you don't mind, also just taking maybe a couple seconds to speak on a topic that we often hear from the field, and maybe I'm just a little bit more familiar with it as a former employee of Select Sires Inc. The difference between Select Sires Inc., the things going over there in Plain City, and the Select Sires Member Cooperative going forward. A close relationship, but different.
Yeah, of course. So the history of these cooperatives, actually, the ones that are now merging, are the ones that formed Select Sires Inc. Purposefully back in 1965. And while I wasn't quite around at that time,
Same.
the history would teach us that they formed Select Sires Inc. such that they could attract the best genetics, the best bulls into a shared resource situation, such that member companies were separate, yet they collaborated to make sure that they had the best of the best of bovine genetics available to bring to their local members. The purpose of Select Sires Inc. remains that same situation today. Their primary ask of us member cooperatives that own Select Sires Inc. Is to continue to source the best possible genetics in the world in beef and dairy, provide us with the most fertile product you possibly can, add additive research and development around that, technologies as needed, and we'll be the customer-facing aspect of this brand. We will add the people, add the services, add the, of course, rather diligent analysis that goes into what we do today in terms of genetic advancement and reproductive progress. We'll continue to take care of those kinds of things. Select Sires Inc. continue to take care of providing the best possible genetics and further that by research and developing new technologies, new ideas that could bring value collectively to all of our members across our market territories, including the other 2 cooperatives that remain in the U.S. that are members of the Federation, and will continue to operate in that regard.
One more question, and kind of taking a step back from the business and the organizational perspective, but just want to ask, what are some issues that are top of mind for you as you're looking to the needs of those dairy and beef customers for which you serve. What is top of mind when it comes to thinking ahead on the products that need to be in place and what you guys are prioritizing as a business for them?
Yeah, absolutely. So a couple of different perspectives to that. On the genetic side of that, we have learned so much in the last 5 years, the last 10 years, and a little bit more, certainly since genomics became available on the commercial application side, that we know so much more about what these cattle can do in terms of performance. We focused, of course, on physical attributes and production for a very long time. Now we have so much insight into health and wellness, not in just the cows, but also in calves. And our opportunity to make every single pregnancy matter is really important. It doesn't get any easier to be in the dairy production business. In fact, 2023 is unfortunately going to go down as a really tough year for our members. And we're starting to come out of that just a little bit. And so just like any good, healthy business, every asset has to perform as best as it possibly can. And of course, for a dairy producer, that's the cow. And we need to keep breeding the best to the best. We're excited for future trait development possibilities, even deeper into health. We think we've got some opportunity to go in terms of efficiency of food conversion. Lameness is another issue that we want to get at, and we'll get at that through our partnership with Select Sires and others around that as well. So that remains core to who we are and what we're going to continue to really focus on. The other thing that's a real challenge for our cooperative, but I also know to our producers, is professional labor that can help them on their operations. It's very challenging to find people that are willing and able to work in animal agriculture, and they're asking us in an increasing amount to help that in our regard, specifically in professional technician services. And so we're building up that. We're investing more to produce more elite people to help manage reproduction, obviously inseminate cows, both on the beef and the dairy side. Along with that is a rapid increase in utilization of technology. I'm speaking specifically to monitoring technology, that we're seeing a real spiking interest in utilization of that can help further the observation of what's happening with their cows when there's just less labor units that are available to do that as we've done traditionally. So we think that cow can continue to do really special things. At the same time, the technology that affects all of us in our everyday life, its utilization in animal agriculture is a lot already, but that's going to be a significant increase. And we're on the forefront of that in our relationship with a company that's called Cow Manager and have been for 10 years already. But it's really coming on strong at this time.
A changing world of genetics, a changing world of technologies, and a changing world of a business structure, though through it all remains a cooperative. That's the Select Sires Member Cooperative. And joining us today, CEO of that organization, Chris Sigurdson, here on the Ohio AgNet. I'm Joel Penhorwood. Thanks all for tuning in. And Chris, thanks for your time.
It's my pleasure. All the best.